Our role in this project was to look at the largely the barriers and enablers to upscaling production of these crops, which I should have said is largely miscanthus and short rotation coppice willow across the country, our domestic supply, which has been pretty stagnant for some time. And we took a systems approach, if you like. So rather than just looking at the farm level and looking at barriers and opportunities to the farmers themselves, we looked at the system overall. So we looked at the social, political, technical, and economic aspects. And what we found is that, and what's been known quite well before, is that farmers are hesitant. There's a lot of uncertainty at the moment, post-Brexit, obviously. Sometimes they have better options. Sometimes they're quite rightly quite risk averse. And they need a little bit more confidence in the markets before they invest money in these crops, which can involve quite a cash flow issue at the beginning. Obviously, there's behavioural issues as well, and there are cultural aspects for farmers. They can be locked into different farm business and supply chain arrangements, or they can be kind of culturally locked in, if you like, in that they farm in a particular way and they don't want to change. So there's lots of aspects there that all come together that present barriers for these crops being grown. But that doesn't mean there aren't opportunities. And with the new context, post-Brexit, if you like, new markets coming along, these all present alternative revenue streams for these crops and diversification opportunities. They also offer quite a bit of resilience to a farm business. If you think about miscanthus and willow's opportunity to be very flood tolerant, there's an opportunity there for flood mitigation. And there are also natural capital markets that farmers might be interested in. For example, if carbon is stored in the soil with these crops, there's potential for entering voluntary carbon markets or using those as part of their net farm calculations. So these new policy landscapes do represent some opportunities. They're potential at the moment, but there certainly have been some areas there that farmers have been interested in. Social science is really fundamental to understanding how we can upscale GGR in the UK, in particular when it comes to upscaling crop production. When you think that the balanced pathways or the envisaged pathways for these crops are to increase them from about 1,000 hectares a year planting to 38,000 hectares. This is all land that's already managed by farmers or other land managers. So of course we have to understand what will be the incentive or the motivation for them to start planting these crops and growing them. So I would say social science, not only in terms of behavioural science for the farmers, but understanding the system overall. We tended to focus quite a bit on awareness building, but it's far more than knowledge. We often have this knowledge deficit model that we have in our heads, but actually once you start exploring the system, you need to understand the economic, technical, social, political system that farmers operate in as well, and other land managers. So yeah, all aspects of social science are important.